Okay, so what do we do now, chat? What tier list do we do? Make for 2v2 with this one? Okay. Alright, let's do it then. Okay, we're gonna start with best comps to worst comps in 2v2. Okay. Alright, we're gonna do it like this, right? It's gonna be first a hunter survival list, okay? We can do for survival and then MM. Best for survival hunter, okay, is going to be with a Resto Druid. This is by far the best spec that the best comp that you can play with hunter survival in 2v2. If you play with a Resto Druid, you're practically playing the best comp in the game, if you can, for hunter obviously. Your CC is pretty good. You have a lot of utility. Like even when you're, let's say, healer, you CC'd, you're still healed by HOTS and everything. Like for example, when we played with the priest here, when he gets CC'd, I'm basically getting no kills outside of Lightwell. So it's like it's almost whatever. So this is why Druid Hunter is the best comp that you can play in MoP. Now, the next comp that you can play, this will be with Priest, okay? It's gonna be A tier. This comp with Priest, it's extremely aggressive comp, okay? You can do so much with it. You do have sick pressure with also offensive fears. You can do a very long CC chain, but obviously, on the other hand, those fears are not really gonna matter into like shamans and things like that, right? So this is why Druid is much better than Priest, because you don't have to worry about, you know, any fears being tremored or whatnot. It's just cyclones are just insane themselves, right? Mistweaver would be a BA as well, pretty sure. No. Lightwell is dog shit mechanic. I agree, kinda. Lightwell is like, obviously it's like we've gotten to the stage where Lightwell is just instantly targeted. It's like nobody gives a fuck about this Lightwell anymore, you know? They just target it, they kill it, and then they go on. It's how it is, right? So you're basically in a spot where like the Lightwell gets killed and then what? No killing, no additional killing comes through. So that's a big factor. So yeah, Druid is best, then we have Priest, and then we're also gonna put Holy Paladin on A tier as well. Holy Paladin, it's great. You can stay offensive with him. You have, you know, double sack, double bulb, you know, Hodge, Fear, small Hodge, be able to control the game well, I guess. But again, you're gonna have hard time into like to monks. You're gonna have good time into warriors because Pali is just strong, and that's where we are. Okay, and then let's say, I mean, the problem with Mistweavers is like there's no CC coming from them. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Monk is gonna be B tier. The reason why Mistweaver Hunter is gonna be a B tier and not A or S tier is because their CC is basically leg sweep, sap, and that's about it. The sap itself is gonna be DRing with the trap and the wyvern. So realistically, you're not able to follow up on a CC chain like you're gonna be able to do it with, let's say, Pali, Priest, or Druid, because they share the same DR on their CC. So therefore, Monk is gonna be the worst option. They do have great healing, they do have great mana management, they do have more damage, that is true. Mistweavers have more damage, that is a fact. But you know what, it's not about the damage in this case, it's about the CC and the healing. Healing is perfect. Mistweavers, they have great healing. You know, 2 outers from CC, you know, you could heal through smoke bombs, all that is great. But the CC is bad, and that's about it. So I'm putting Mistweaver on B tier, Holy Priest Pali on A tier, and Resto Druid guaranteed on S tier. And now the final one will be Resto Shami. Resto Shami can be good into some matchups, but overall it's gonna be really bad to play with the Resto Shami because they have no CC, you know, hex. They can hex what? Like sometimes if you're not able to trap, they can hex off for sure, like to cover instead of you. They have totems, so into priest teams with fears, you're gonna be in a decent spot. I guess into locks you're gonna be good, but for the most part, like shaman can be a target a lot of the times. It's a Resto Druid, Holy Pala, Mistweaver, Priest, Shaman, but I understand your opinion. My brother, I can tell you for sure that those guys that are playing Mistweaver Hunter are just having fun with it. But if you ask them what's better, I'm sure they're gonna say Priest Hunter or Resto Druid Hunter is better than that. Even Holy Pala Hunter is gonna be better. They might be playing it because they have no one else to play with, or because they're friends, or because they have the same CR, MMR. It's probably good, but not as good. And then the one that's left is Discipline Priest. We're gonna put it at C tier, just, you know, out of love. But you're never gonna see a Discipline Priest on high rating. It's just not gonna be a thing. So boys, this is your tier list for Survival Hunter 2v2 with a healer. If you can get your cans on a Druid, play with a Druid. If not, Holy Priest and Holy Pala are both strong, and I wouldn't play with those 3. So this is how I see it for Survival Hunter, guys. Now, we're gonna put Survival with a, let's say with some double DPS, which I don't really think is gonna work. So I think we should just move to MM, guys. What do you think? MM 2v2. I think we should do it, huh? We're gonna do Marksman 2v2 tier list, boys. Survival double DPS, I wouldn't play Survival double DPS. I wouldn't play it for nothing. Survival double DPS is complete shit. Ass. Complete ass. So, with DK, we're not gonna talk about, okay? Because I haven't played with DK yet, so I can't really tell you. With Warrior, it's gonna be complete garbage. Actually, the only comp that it can be good with would be Warlock, and I'm gonna put it on a B tier. I swear, Aphane Lock and Survival Hunter can be a thing. HL as Sintus. HL. I'm gonna put Pharaoh. Also, actually, I'm gonna put with Pharaoh as well on B tier, and that's it. Everything else is straight to on red as well. Okay, and that's it. Boomkin. Okay, fuck it. C tier. I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't play it in 2. This is how I would rate it, and now I'll tell you why. Because there are some people here that are gonna say, yeah, but with red, survival is better. But they're also gonna say, yeah, you can play with rogue, you can play survival as well. Yeah, you can play with Pharaoh as well. Sure, you can play with survival with those 3 DPSs here: Pharaoh, red, and rogue. But is it better than MM? No way in hell. Now, this is the official list for Survival Hunter in 2v2. I'm gonna put that over here as well, because Survival and Warrior is also kind of piss, and I think that's where it lands. That's where it goes. Okay, can I move on to MM now, bro? Can I go to MM now? This is the... I'm not gonna change it. This is it. This is my opinion about it, and that's it. It's set in stone. Okay, now we're gonna do Marksman Ship Hunter for 2v2. Okay, guys, Marksman Hunter, this is gonna be fun, bro. This will be fun, man. I'm telling you. Okay, so in my humble opinion, the number 1 for Marksman Hunter in 2v2 will be red. Ladies and gentlemen, red will be the absolute king with MM Hunter. There's no better option that you're gonna have to play with if you're playing MM in 2v2. It's gonna be with the red. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because playing MM with a healer, it's... man, you can, but you don't want to. It's just bad, you know, like you're not gonna do more damage than the enemies. You're always gonna out damage the opposite hunters because the games are longer. You're gonna have time to get your setups, and you're just gonna do less. That's how it is. So that being said, what I'm gonna do here would be the most reasonable thing. With red, you're probably gonna win almost every matchup. You're gonna destroy every matchup besides Mistweaver and Warrior. Those are the matchups that you're really gonna struggle into. You can beat any other team, any other healer team. You can even beat Mistweaver and Warrior, but that is where the skill really shows, because this comp is just way too much utility. Way too much is happening. You know, if you don't play up to perfection, and of course if they play sloppy, you're gonna have a chance to win. But if they play great and you play great, they're still gonna win a game. Very rarely you're gonna be in a situation where they win, and that's because they didn't press their buttons in time, they were late, blah blah blah, you know, all those things. So for MM Hunter, the best option would be to play with red. And now let's move on. There's no way I'm putting anything else from here on S tier. So we're just gonna move on to the next one, which will be Rogue. And that's gonna be a sub-rogue. I can put it on A tier, I guess. Now, if I'm playing with a rogue, I'm always gonna play with a sub-rogue, and I'm always gonna play MM. The reason for it is because you have silent shot, you have a long CC chain, and you're just gonna blow up targets very, very quickly. Combat, I haven't played with combat, should also be fine, but the reason why combat is not so great for this, I think, is because things happen in the first go, and combat needs time to set up procs so that you can make a good go. So I'll probably say combat will be B tier, and combat is shit on second go. Exactly. I don't think combat is the right thing to play, honestly. But before combat rogue, there's other comps that I would play. Now, for sure, I'm gonna play Pharaoh and MM. I'm not gonna play survival MM because you don't have enough time to get your global soft survival. With MM, you just have that blanket silence. It's gonna do much better for you generally. You're not gonna have time to get all of those explosives, all those black arrows, those serpents to maintain your shit, and so on and so forth. Now, is there anything else that I'm forgetting? Aha! And also, it's my favorite, which is not as great. It's pretty, how can I say, it's pretty rough to play this comp, especially right now, which I really love, and that would be Hunter Warrior. Hunter Warrior is a beautiful comp that I really love, but it requires perfection to make it work, and even then, you're still going to have trouble doing it. So I can't really tell you for sure but I would love to play with Warrior, but I don't think it's gonna do better than Hunter Rogue or Hunter Red at all. DK Hunter might also be pretty good, but I haven't really played it, so I can't really tell you for sure if this is gonna be like a good matchup to play in twos. I'm probably just gonna leave it. Enhancement Shaman. Now, this is also something that I haven't played with Enhancement Shaman, and there's a reason for that. I wouldn't play with Windwalker. With Enhancement Shaman, maybe it can work for some decent ratings, so we're just gonna put Enhancement for the sake of it right here as well. And we're gonna put DK here because I don't know how good it can be. Those two, I'm not really sure. Enhancement and Unholy DK, I'm not sure how good those two comps would go with Hunter. I'm not sure if they should be played with Survival or Marksman. I'll probably play with them with Marksman still because it's 2v2, and I don't really think it's gonna be good to play it with Survival, simply because games are gonna be quick. You're not gonna have that much time to get full effectiveness from Survival, but you know, might be true. Why no Boomy here? I mean, I guess I'm gonna put Boomkin. I mean, I tried with Matapass to play Boomkin. Maybe we didn't play it too good. I guess we're gonna put... We played on 2.2k, and I think this is the rate you're gonna get with those classes as well. With Rogue, you're probably gonna be able to get a little higher than this. With Red, you're gonna get a lot higher, so I'm just gonna put this here. And with Windwalker, I don't know if you're gonna do much better. I haven't seen any Windwalker hunters above 2.2k, really. I haven't even seen any on 2.2k, to be fair with you. So I'm just gonna put it on C here. Blood Decay Hunter, complete piece. Frost Decay, complete piece. Pot Warrior, complete piece. Fury Warrior, complete piece. Hunter with Aphane lock, it's probably gonna be maybe here. I think it could do some good work, although I would probably put it as Survival better with lock, so I'm gonna put it in C tier only because it's well, then I have to put Boomy here because I think Boomy will be better with Survival also. Games are gonna be like, Boomy is also gonna be better with Survival, so I'm just gonna put it here for MM. Demo, I guess I'm gonna put it... You know what? Demo Loki might be interesting matchup. I think Demo is gonna be better because Demo Loki is not really relying on dots, and it's like more like of an instant damage, burst damage. So with MM, this might actually be a sleeper. Demolocks have good CC chain, they have insta house, right? They're tanky. Might actually be better. It might actually be better. Deathstorm, I don't think Deathstorm is a thing. Hunter, tank. We're not gonna put the healers. I mean, I guess you can put the healers on like A tier, I guess, just because you're MM. And then those with the rogues, I'm gonna leave somewhere under because after rogue, I haven't seen any after rogues play. Combat rogue is up to debate, so I'm just gonna put him over here for the sake of it. That is gonna be the MM tier list, guys. There's only one S tier, and that is with red. Everything else A tier, B tier, and then everything under unplayable, complete piece. I wouldn't ever play it for nothing. Like those C and D tiers, I would never play as Hunter, as MM Hunter. Those matchups, I would probably play. Maybe like those I would for sure play if I'm MM. But if I'm playing MM, I wouldn't want to play with a healer because Survival is going to be better. I'm just putting them here to tell you that basically you can play with a healer, but you're gonna have hard time into every other Hunter that plays Survival. Frost Mage though, all right, you know what? Frost Mage, we're gonna put it here because I played with a Frost Mage and I can see how things can get, like, you know, things can work out somehow, but that's the most I can give it. C tier. This is it. This is it. This is a tier list for 2v2 MM Hunter. And for Survival, let's do it one more time with all the other classes, okay? For Survival, just to add all the comps in the mix. And then we're gonna add here Red as well. We're gonna add Pharaoh here. We're gonna add Rogue here. We're gonna add Boomkin here. Red Survival S tier? Nah, I don't think so. Mistweaver Survival is S tier. Bullshit. I'm 2650 CR. Okay, shot. You're 2650 CR, okay? If you had an option to play with the Resto Druid over a Mistweaver, equally as good, who are you gonna pick? Are you gonna pick the Mistweaver again? We're talking about blind queue here. If the Resto Druid is like Zank or people like this, I would play with Resto Druid, of course, but not with 90% of Druids who can play Resto Druid Survival and Q. So basically, if you had equally skilled Druid, you would play with this Druid over Mistweaver any day you're gonna drop it. So is Druid better? Okay, so this is what we're talking about. We're not talking about skill cap here. We're talking about comp solutions. Resto Druid is much better with a Hunter than any other healer in the game. Priest, Paladin, Mistweaver, whatever. I can put it at A tier, but at the same time, if I have a better Holy Priest, I'm gonna play with a better Holy Priest, Holy Pala. So maybe we still better than the Priest or Holy Pala. I don't think it's better. It's good, but I don't think better. If let's say Hydra pokes you to play Hunter Priest with him, are you gonna play with Hydra or you're gonna play with the Peace Mistweaver, bro? It's just not the comp for you. Sorry, but it's just because you haven't found the right person to play with, that doesn't mean that the comp is better or worse. You're just playing with someone that you know can play the game and you guys are making it work. But if you had someone equally as good or better, you would play with a priest, or you would play with even with a paladin or with a resto druid. And they're gonna be in this order. It's gonna be resto, priest, pali, and then monk, if we're talking same skill cap. Okay, so we're also gonna add here, let me see. We're also gonna add here warrior with survival though. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna add warrior here. We're gonna add lock here. And then we're gonna add Enha as well here. Mage is gonna be here. Windwalker is gonna be here. Rogue combat. Let's say we're gonna put him here for the sake of it. And Boomkin also. I would put it like this. Boomkin is gonna be first. It's gonna be Lock, Enka, and then it's gonna be like this. And then everything else we're gonna put over here. Demo we're gonna put here. Elemento, Arcane, Fire, like this. This is what's gonna be the tier list for survival. I also played Mookie Survival with Stormfort and it was insane for real. Just non-try playing it on Classic. Yeah, I could give some credit to that because I could see myself playing with a Boomkin in threes, like Resto Shami, Boomkin, and Survival Hunter. I could definitely see that super strong. I know Shams played it with Jagger and it worked pretty well. They haven't played too much now, obviously, but they did play it in the beta and it was pretty good. Pretty solid. That's why I'm gonna give it some credit and I'm putting it on B tier. Obviously it's not gonna be better than healer matchups or like red, but it's gonna be quite decent. I also feel like Affliction Lock can do a great job with Hunter, so I would probably just go with that as well. Maybe Mistweaver as an A tier because in my opinion still good comp. Okay, you know what? I can agree with that. I think Resto Shami is much worse, so I'm probably gonna put that up here, let's say, for the sake of it. Because I don't want to rank it. If you're playing that, I don't think you can get higher rating with these matchups if you're already 2650 CR in 2s. I don't think you're gonna get higher rating with those matchups, with those partners here, those classes, compared to these classes. Alright, I'm happy with this list.